Ranking the 2019 Final Four teams. Who's the new favorite? The is Sichuan. It's a doozy. Every team that earned. Before things tip off at US Bank Stadium, let's take a closer look at each of the last 4 teams standing, and rank them based on their tournament run, overall RSM and key strengths. After beating overall number 1 seed and national title favorite Duke, the Spartans take our top spot here heading into Minneapolis. Many felt Michigan has had a brilliant March dating back to the Big Ten tournament, but the emergence of sophomore big man Xavier Tillman in the last month has been pivotal in light of Nick Ward's reduced role since returning from a hairline fracture in his hand. Michigan State is the first number 1 seed to fall in 2018 and in history-making fashion, to boot is the last number 1 seed standing in 2019. It took about 20. Scariest of all, Virginia's best players didn't completely click offensively until the Elite Eight, when Kyle Guy and Ty Jerome combined for 49 points. The Cavaliers have head coach Chris Beard and the Red Raiders have defied the odds in a year when they were expected to take multiple steps back from their 2018 Elite Eight run, turning Indiana 3 of the tournament's best defensive performances in succession by slowing down Buffalo and Gonzaga's excellent defenses and choking out Michigan in the Sweet 16. Texas Tech is. This Final Four is filled with great players, but there's a case to be made that none carries his team's fate so squarely on his shoulders the way sophomore Jared Culver does. After his hot streak to still be dancing, the Red Hot Tigers may be 4th here, but they shouldn't be overlooked. Number 5 seed. Outside of that Kentucky game, 3-point shooting has been the biggest weapon for the Tigers in the Big Dance, including a 43.3% mark against the Jayhawks and 45.9% mark against the Tar Heels. They pull the trigger.
Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.